And finally, as all Manchester United fans wanted now, De Gea is finally leaving the club. Uh, I think yes, we all know that he made he started making blunders in his last 2 to 3 seasons, but that doesn't deny the fact that he has been one of the great keepers for Manchester United. He has been a great player for them for good 10 years. Adarsh, what's your say on this?
My initial take is that I'm relieved, first of all, that he's finally going. And I've been asking for him to go out for the last 2 to 3 seasons, I would say. Although, as you said, I would never deny the fact that he is a great goalkeeper, or he was a great goalkeeper.
He
And
has been a great
there is an
goalkeeper.
argument to say that after the Allison and Edison flourished, kind of uh, came into the limelight, he was the best keeper in the Premier League, or you can say around the world also. At least from 2014 to 2017, 18, I would say he was the number one keeper.
One of the best. We really cannot say he was the best because there was Manuel Neuer as well.
I know.
So he's one of the best.
Yeah, definitely in the top three. For those 4 5
Yeah.
seasons, he was in the top three. So
Yes.
I would want to praise him for that and give him his flowers. But his career really curtailed towards the last 2 3 seasons, right? He really downperformed. Actually, the game changed a lot. His abilities were
Exactly.
more of I mean, in terms of reflexes, I haven't seen a keeper who has better reflexes than De Gea. Man, the how many times he saved us, point blank saves he does. I mean, I think it's he's the best in that regard. But in terms of commanding the box, being dominant in the air, being good with the ball, I think he lacks a lot in those areas. And now, since the game has
Exactly.
changed a lot, he has become kind of redundant. But overall, what the keeper needs to do in terms of saving goals, he has been top notch, I would say. Even in the previous season, he won the Golden Glove for the Premier League. So from a personal accolade standpoint, he has been our player of the season for like 5 years straight or 4 years straight. So in terms of his personal achievements, he has achieved a lot. I would say one thing is that he should have done, and this is for his own uh, benefit, is that he should have left Manchester United after Mourinho. There was rumors, there was a lot of talk that Madrid wanted him, but I don't know what happened. He stuck to the his position in Manchester United, and I think
Leaving.
so. I don't know what happened there because there was no manager. There was so Alex Ferguson was not there, who was a mentor to him, someone who could have given him that kind of you know appraisal or that kind of motivation to stay in the club. So Mourinho had left the club. Ole was coming in. So at that time, I think without any guidance or without any long-term vision, the best way for him was to leave Manchester United and join another club, Real Madrid or Juventus or whatever, because Buffon was also going out at that time from Juventus. So he did not make that choice, and after that we won nothing. So that's a blip on his resume, I would say. But from a skill standpoint, he's a great goalkeeper, and I'm happy that now he's leaving. But I'm also happy that he was our keeper for the first like 7 8 years. So that's my kind of initial thought on him.
I'll be very honest with you. So at least the two Louis Van Gaal season and 1.5 Mourinho season, and even first couple of years for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, he was great. He was brilliant. I think turning point, of his career, as per me, if you remember the 2018 World Cup when Ronaldo scored a hat trick against Spain, there was a goal when just ball went underneath his
I
hand.
know.
I think somewhere that was according to me, that was the turning point because somewhere he lost a bit of confidence that I conceded this goal, and because of which there was a scare in his mind that I might lose the goal, I might lose the ball, I might concede a goal. Because of that, when the football was evolving, especially after Allison and Edison came into the picture in Premier League, see, in other leagues including La Liga or Bundesliga, keepers were always very active. They always, these teams like Barcelona, Real Madrid, they always approached a keeper who can be really good with the ball, including especially Barcelona. Victor Valdez was good with the ball. Then Claudio Bravo came into the picture, who was very good with the ball. Then Marc Andre Ter Stegen. So these leagues were always, were basically their priority was to pick a keeper who can be good with the ball. But in Premier League, it was a different picture. And when Ederson and Allison, joined Manchester City and Liverpool, the game evolved, the keeping abilities evolved. But I think that confidence, that lack of confidence in him, and I would say lack of coaching as well, he couldn't really evolve his game. He just, he was just a short stopper in the end. And in like two, at least last 2 seasons, the way he started conceding some silly goals, I would say, the way he was conceding those silly goals, I think that led to these things, led to his downfall. And yes, there was a point when every Manchester United fan wanted him out of the club. He could have been a backup goalkeeper as well, but the problem was his wages as well. His wages were so high that the club needed him to either leave or sign a contract with much lower wages. I don't think he agreed on to even he was provided a new contract, but he didn't agree to the contract. And now I think it's good for him as well, good for Manchester United that now both of them are moving on. They have
Yeah.
different paths and both are moving on now. A good decision, I would say. And with this, it is pretty clear now that Onana is going to join Manchester United, which is again a big positive sign. And another, so Manchester United are going for two keepers. One is Onana, and the other one is the Japanese one. I just forgot the name,
Hmm.
but they're going for two keepers now. So again, that is a positive sign that Manchester United is now looking forward to evolve, basically.
Yeah. I mean, yes, you're right that after the 2018 World Cup, and I don't know if that was the only moment that uh, kind of he lost his confidence because of that. But after that, one thing that became very obvious that he was conceding goals which he was on none of the good goalkeepers are supposed to be conceding. Like
Exactly,
missing
silly
the ball
goals.
between your legs, just hitting the ball hitting your palm and then going inside the net. I mean, these kind of simple goals. I don't know what happened. I think he lost a bit of awareness on the pitch
That was
also.
the start. According to me, that was the start. A tree evolves when a seed is grown. I think that
Yeah.
was a seed.
Yeah.
According to me, that was the beginning when this whole it was just a start basically. And eventually, if you remember the Champions League, Messi's Champions League goal against Manchester United, again a goal. Two times he
Yeah.
conceded silly goals. Again, it happened in 2018-2019 season, 2018 season basically. So 2018, his downfall started, as per me.
Yeah.
But
But if
we
if
cannot take away the credits that he has been one of the best keeper for Manchester United, one of the best, and for a couple of seasons, one of the best keeper in the world as well.
Yeah, if he was in a better team, then definitely he would have won more because at some point he
Better
was
coaches as
unstoppable.
well.
I've seen him stopping at least 3 to 4 clear-cut chances in a game, in big
Exactly.
games that too. So if he was in a better
Exactly.
team, then of course he would have done better. And that's why I'm saying he
Maybe.
made the wrong choice by staying at United. He should when he was like 28, 29, he should have moved on to a better club, or not just a better club, but a new challenge. He stayed here, and then you know what happened after that. So
I think joining of Ole also, because see, after Marino, so Ole entered the scenario,
yeah,
entered this picture, and the same time Ederson and Allison also came into the Premier League. He didn't get the correct coaching as well. That man, you have to now evolve your game. You need to start passing, and I would blame the coaching as well. Ole was a good man management sort of a coach, but we have seen that under Ole there was no specific philosophy. United were, even when they were, qualifying for, even when they were in the top four, they were finishing top four. It was because of few individual brilliance,
yeah.
which includes, Bruno Fernandes or Rashford or maybe
Pogba
Martial
sometimes.
as
I
well.
know.
Martial as well. No, Pogba. No, I
No,
will
no.
not say Pogba.
When Ole just came into the club for the, I think he
Yes,
finished
that's.
that season. He was absolutely brilliant. But you know
But then he
about
got injured. But then he
and
got
he,
injured
yeah,
in the same season, and he never came back.
the
So
the
I would say Pogba. But yes, there were individual brilliances. Even Matic as well. Matic also
yeah,
started doing well in those 1.5 seasons. So because of the individual brilliances, United were doing good, but there was no as such a philosophy that we would say that yes, United, playing style is this certain style, sort of style. That United will be playing. So there was no involvement in the whole United, football as well. Forget about the goalkeeper. Goalkeeper is the last man to, evolve. First, you have to grow the forwards and the midfielders, but even that was not present. So I think coaching is also something I would blame that De Gea couldn't evolve.
yeah. And problem with De Gea was that you can coach him as much as you want, but playing with playing with your feet, right? Having a good ball control and composure on the ball is something that you are either born with or you learn very early in your career. when you're a
Exactly.
teenager. At 29, 30,
Exactly.
you cannot expect, especially a goalkeeper, to suddenly become good on the ball. So either the manager, if a good manager was there, he would have never then started playing from the back. That was the problem. If you know that De Gea cannot play out from the back, why are you then forcing him to do so? And especially with a defense like Maguire, who also cannot
Exactly. I was
play with the
about to
ball.
come to the
So
same point. I was
it,
about to come to the
it,
same point that
it,
already he was under pressure,
yeah,
and then Maguire comes and pressure doubles. Because of that, also he started committing those mistakes, and then he totally just lost his
the
confidence.
combin
I've never seen him, punching the ball onto the corners. Even during the corners, he's just sitting at the back. He's not running and punching the ball forward. He was not doing that as well.
he looked to be sort of in fear that if I do this, what would go wrong, what might go wrong in such. So
Exactly.
that is never good for a keeper. A keeper needs to be dominating because you're a big
Exactly.
guy, you're the protector of the goal. So he never exuded that kind of confidence in the team, in the defense, and that's what happened. Maguire and De Gea, the combination of these two conceded at least 5 to 7 goals every season. The combination, every team knew how to attack them, press them, make them uncomfortable on the ball. So if you have such pieces in the team, you cannot move forward. So it's good that they've sold him. I know that the
Exactly.
contract situation was quite complicated. He was on £350,000 per week.
Exactly.
One of the
Exactly.
highest, I think the highest in the club.
He
So
was the highest.
he was the highest. So we would have, I mean, nobody can pay that much money for a backup keeper. And so it's better that he's moving on. Onana is here. He's great on the ball. He's young relatively. He's 27, 28, I think, but it's young for a keeper. So good for De Gea. Let's see if he finds a good team for the latter towards the end of his career. I think he's got 2, 3, 4 more years in him. So I think he should find again a good team, a team that is playing in the Champions League with a different philosophy, where his quality
Yes.
can come up, and you know, so he can still do good, I would say.
True.